This presentation is going to be on MOOCs, Massive Open Online Courses by Elizabeth Halverson, Linda Herdan, Sarah Mayo-Nab for EDT 501, fall of 2014. So why MOOCs? MOOCs focus on higher education. They help to improve the skills of this entry-level employment workforce, and it meets the need to be more skilled and to be able to quickly upgrade their skill set. It's free, which is an advantage for them because they're not spending the money to earn this traditional degree, which can be very expensive. MOOCs help to reduce learning gaps. They separate research from teaching. They teach a standardized curriculum, and they're able to hire master's degrees to teach and doctorate degrees to help develop the curriculum. Another good thing is that the teachers and designers are not actively monitoring the courses. Once they're put up, they're able to kind of step back and let the students go through the course on their own. It's appealing learning for all levels and at all walks of life, and it helps to reach millions of people across the world. Another good thing is that they're fairly new, there's a lot of variety, and they're very easy to use. The majority of MOOCs are delivered through online videos. And there's many different people who help collaborate in building the course. A single professor can reach thousands of students at once, and there's educational technology companies that manage the courses. MOOCs are open to anyone. They appeal to many and to anyone who wants to register for a class. They're meant to be free. The students are self-directed in the work that they're doing. They're focused on reaching this massive audience rather than the interaction between students, but this is now changing as they're focusing more on developing good content. They're able to be done anytime, anywhere, as long as they have an internet connection. The courses may build upon one another. People might start with the first part of the content and the lecture and then move on to another course that builds upon that, and then another one, or they can just take them independently. And a lot of people are choosing courses that they already have experience in. So they already have some of this knowledge coming into it, and they're taking the class to learn more and to further develop that learning. So this is going to show you where a lot of these people who are taking these MOOCs are located. The majority of them are in North America or Asia. And when MOOCs first came out, the idea was that it was going to be appealing to the uneducated. And as you can see from this, that's not what really has happened here. Instead, the majority of the people who are taking MOOCs already either have a bachelor's or a master's degree. And also with this, that the majority of the people who are taking MOOCs are males. And the other hope had been that it would help appeal to like females in developing countries in order to boost their education rates.
Okay, now a brief history of MOOCs. MOOCs have not been around for that long. They evolved from open educational resources, what are also called OERs. What these are resources, educational resources that are made available for free, often online. And the idea behind them was to help make education less expensive by providing resources that faculty, universities, or students did not have to pay for. In 2008 in Canada, the University of Manitoba offered a course which the instructor called a MOOC. It was the first time that had been used as a name. The students for the course were 25 registered tuition-paying students, and in addition, 2,200 online students who took the course for free or no credit. In 2011, 2 Stanford professors offered their class, Introduction to Artificial Intelligence, for free online. 160,000 students in nearly 200 countries enrolled. And the 2 professors involved were so impressed by that they founded Udacity in February of 2012. In April 2012, 2 other Stanford professors started Coursera. And in May 2012, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and Harvard University partnered to found edX. The MOOCs have not been limited to the United States. In 2013, the Open University, a consortium of university and higher education institutions in the UK, created FutureLearn. But things changed very quickly, and the weaknesses of MOOCs arose in 2013. San Jose University had partnered with Udacity to offer a course as a massive online course for students to earn credit in the university. The students had a lot of problems. There was a very high dropout rate, and the pass rate was actually lower than in the traditional course. The university actually stopped offering the course because of the difficulties, and after that, Udacity announced in 2013 that it would focus on the for-profit vocational education. In other words, Udacity became an online training company. So this is just a quick overview of the university and some of the classes they offer. Again, at the main sites such as Coursera and edX, various universities offer their courses through those sites, and the range of courses vary greatly. The best thing to do is to go to these sites and look up and see if they have a course you are interested in that is being offered at that time. These are just 3 graphs that show some of the various statistics of MOOCs. The first one, you can see how the growth of MOOCs and the number of people, or I should say the user accounts, has just exploded between 2012 and 2013. Now the key here is, one of the things is the user accounts. That does not necessarily mean users who are actively taking and completed the courses. From the countries that the students are from, you can see that a very high number, almost 30%, are from the United States. And the third one is science, the arts and humanities, and information technology are the most popular courses. Now, some of the institutions tend to focus more on other subjects. So again, the best thing is to look to see what is available at the time or maybe in the future. We took a look at 3 of the sites available. The first one is FutureLearn. This is a private company that is owned completely by the Open University in Britain. They have partner universities. Most of them are from the United Kingdom, Europe, and then a few are from Africa and Asia. They also include 4 non-academic partners, including a museum. Most of the courses are 6 to 10 weeks long. They are free. They do have scheduled start and end dates. You can get a statement of participation for £24. What that is that's a certificate that says that you, or specifically your user account, completed the course. For £119, you can get a statement of attainment. What this is you would pay £119 to take a test at a testing center from these companies that offer testing centers. You would present your idea, take the test, and with that you could actually attain credit or have a course waived at one of the participating universities. Now these will probably likely be more universities in the UK.
Another MOOC site that we looked at was Coursera. It's a for-profit educational technology company, and it was founded by computer science professors from Stanford University. They work with different universities to make some of their courses available online, and they offer courses in physics, engineering, humanities, medicine, biology, the social sciences, mathematics, business, computer science, and other subjects. As of October 2014, they had 10 million users in 839 courses from 114 institutions. The last site we looked at was edX. edX is nonprofit and it's governed by MIT and Harvard. They have charter members from universities all over the world. They offer over 300 courses, and they also offer 2 types of certificates. The first is this Honor Code Certificate of Achievement. All it says is that you or your user account has completed the course, and this is free. The second option is this Verified Certificate of Achievement. In this one, it says that not only have you completed the course, but they've verified your identity by having you send in a copy of your driver's license. This does have a fee associated with it, and this is not available for all of their courses.
From the instructional designer's point of view, you are a technologist, trainer, and evaluator working in collaboration with the top faculty and clients to build this learning experience for massive online education. This is a data-based decisions that you're making about the aesthetics, design, working with objectives, the activities that you'll provide within the course content and assessments. You are going to provide the best practices and work with the media production team to create these MOOCs. Most often, universities and colleges that build MOOCs have a fairly flexible and high budget and the interest in building very high quality work. The MOOCs are going to be international, so they want to provide high quality content that runs itself, and in doing that, they have to spend multiple hours, hundreds of hours, to produce these MOOCs, and that's possibly a con that it's very time intensive for the instructional designer, but the pro is that because of the fairly steep budget, development costs for a MOOC can vary, and for instance, at the Teachers College in Columbia University, a MOOC might run $39,000, but for a larger university like Midwestern University, one of their MOOCs may run from $200,000 to $325,000 to produce. In contrast, some place like Harvard, their MOOCs production runs from $75,000 to $150,000. As you see, the production costs are high, and they do vary. So, I think it's really one of the things that's important to note is that it's incredibly time intensive. The idea is that the instructional designer and the team will build content that is solid and will not need to be reworked too much. One other small tidbit of information about costs: video production, for instance, on a high quality MOOC may run about $4,500 per hour to get the team up to speed with the video experts and assessment, filming, light, sound, editing, and of course their project manager.
From the student's point of view, students really like it because it's free. If they pay, they're paying for a certificate that they can use hopefully towards their job or to maybe get credit at a different university. The other thing that I really like as a student is it's my choice. I can take classes on the topics that I'm interested in, whether this is to further use it for professional development or it's just something that I really like learning about. Some of these courses have specific start and end dates and specific weeks that I need to have my work done in. Others might just say it starts on this day, it ends on this day, get your work done in between there. The other thing is if I don't like this class or I'm very busy with things in my personal life, I can drop it. I don't have to worry about losing my money. I don't have to worry about it saying that I've withdrawn on my transcript. Some of the downsides are, though, I might not get the feedback that I want. It's based on peer participation. And if my peers aren't giving me high quality feedback, and that's something that I really like to know is, hey, you would get an A on this, then I might struggle with that. And also, how much I'm going to get out of it is going to depend on how motivated I am to learn the information. If I'm really invested in it and I'm really interested in learning in it, I'm going to put more into it. But some people are just going to breeze through learning the material and not really fully get as much out of it as they could.
Okay, From the teacher's point of view, one is MOOCs are not suited to teaching non-cognitive skills. Teamwork, ethics, many of these soft skills, you really need to have the human interaction. MOOCs have been successfully used as a lecture portion in a flipped classroom. That is where the student listens or views the lectures on their own time outside of class, and then the classroom time is used for interactions and doing work individually in the classroom with the teacher acting as an assistant. For a teacher, they need to adapt in-person courses to online, or they may actually have to also adapt their online courses to a MOOC. Online courses, you still have the instructor interacting on a regular basis with the students. When a MOOC, you do not have that. So you need to build in that structure into the class itself. Course based on a MOOC massively, it means a very high student-to-teacher ratio. Courses need clear objectives with materials that relate directly to those objectives, and it has to be self-guiding for the students with built-in interactivity. This is important because, again, the students are doing everything on their own. They may or may not have interactions with their peers in the course. So they need to be able to navigate the course and to have interactivity to get feedback from if they're on task and learning the material correctly. So you need to build in student to student rather than student to teacher interaction. On the positive, many instructors feel is that students take an active role in teaching concepts and participating in the discussions. And of course, research has shown that students learn material to a better extent and retain it longer if they're more active in the course. Now, once established, many of these courses can be fully automated if they've been designed that way. This graph lists some of the pros and cons. The benefits. Most MOOCs are free for students. So that is a huge positive for people who are having difficulty paying or who may want to just dip their toe into a subject. Now the flip side of that is if they're free, you usually do not receive any credit for them. Learning occurs in an informal manner at participants' own pace. So again, that works out very well for people who cannot get to a regular class or do not have time for a regular class. All that's required is a computer and an internet connection. Participants do not need to enroll into the institution that is offering the class. So that means, again, is you can take a course from Harvard without paying Harvard's tuition rates. But again, you do not receive the credit from Harvard. The work can be shared, viewed, and critiqued by all participants. That is great if you have a lot of your co-students in the course who have a very enthusiastic interest in the subject. And then, of course, there's many outstanding professors and industry leaders who really want to share their knowledge and provide these experiences to students no matter where they are. Now, there are some issues and things that still need to be worked out of MOOCs. One of the first ones is actually, instead of being free, they can be very expensive for the institutions to create. A high-quality online course that has a lot of video, interaction, graphics can need the skills of web designers, web administrators, graphic designers, instructional developments, writers. And so very good courses can cost tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And of course, if the course is offered for free, the institutions do not get any money. Now, some of the income has been provided by these MOOCs are being used by other schools as the content. So if I take a course from the University of Arizona and it's a credit course, they may be using a MOOC, but then the University of Arizona is paying that content provider. Students aren't able to engage in real-world socializing or experiences. Again, that is a one of the difficulties of online courses, but especially with a MOOC where students are coming from all over. And many of the students, in fact, most of the students do not remain with the course. Technical difficulties, again, this is on a computer and internet, and of course, they are not always reliable. And if you're taking a course for free, you likely do not have any technical support, so you'll have to figure out those problems on your own. MOOCs, like other online courses, are not the best for students who need a structure of a traditional college course. Some students need to have specific deadlines and need to have an instructor there providing them guidance. Also, MOOCs do not offer any of the other support areas such as tutoring and writing and math assistance that full institutions do. Of course, academic dishonesty is always an issue in any online course, but especially MOOCs. There's no guarantee that the person whose account name is on the account is actually the person who took the course. And students need to be responsible for their own learning. If they have a question or they want to learn something more, they need to go research that on their own. And this final slide lists some of the sources we used for this presentation. Most of the sources we used were published within the past year or two. Again, this is a very recent topic in the educational field, and things are changing. So the best thing to do is to do an internet search and see what latest information they have available. Thank you.
So what we've done is in our research, we decided to go ahead and sign up for a course and to find out how easy it was and what the course offerings were. So I had selected Coursera and went ahead and found a course called Content Strategy for Professionals. And I wanted to show you the course that starts in January. It runs in a 3-part segment, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what I've seen so far. I was invited to Coursera after I signed in, and they sent me this link, so I just went ahead and opened it. It was very easy, so I went right to the course overview page. So I'm going to just show you a little bit about that. It gives you a little bit of information about what this course is right here, with a syllabus and a recommendation of what your background should be to be able to get started. Some questions about if you go ahead and do the 3-part, if you complete the 3-part, what you'll get is a certificate. So it kind of explains a little bit about that. If you want to find out more about content strategy, they give you some links there. And then do I have to stick to a set schedule? And so there's an introductory video, and the professor actually talks a little bit about doing this in little bites or over the 6 weeks or all at once. It's whatever fits your busy schedule, he says. So here we wanted to tell you a little bit about the course outline. So here it's a 6 weeks of study. And they're suggesting that you partake in 2 to 4 hours per week to work on the content to be able to benefit from this course. I wanted to show you what this course right here, when you open this link, it shows you exactly what you can do this 3-part. You know, this is the first one that I'm going to do. It shows that it's 6 weeks, and then the next segment is here, and it starts in March, and it gives you an overview there. It's sequential, and then finally it's the end, and it tells you a little bit about the payment down here. If I do want the certification, then I'm going to, it's $49 a piece, and it's a total of $147 to get the certification. Here's a little bit about the instructors and the actual university that created this. And here's the certificate right here. We wanted to show you this. so you can see the quality of the video.
Welcome to Northwestern University's Content Strategy MOOC for Professionals. This MOOC will enable you to uniquely understand and utilize content to further your role and the strategic goals of your organization. At its heart, content strategy answers a complicated question. Why? With more means to communicate today than at any time in recorded history, is it so challenging to meaningfully engage the people inside and outside your organization who you must reach with your important information or whose support you really need? This MOOC will give you the skills to make that happen. It will give you actionable ways to create engaging content that those you want to reach will really value. You'll also see best practice examples from across the globe and gain unique insight by going inside the content strategy future in the one organization that today is pioneering that future, and features 10 Northwestern University faculty experts. They have decades of international experience on topics such as understanding audiences, creating an engaging editorial voice, and using human-centered design to develop impactful social and mobile media. We've also set it up so that you can do it in small bites over 6 weeks or all at once, whichever fits your busy schedule. Content strategy is essential for you to master in this digital age and is applicable for every for-profit and not-for-profit, government and volunteer organization. If you go to the link on your screen, you can find out more about the MOOC and join us. We'd love to have you when we begin.
And so I'll be taking this course in January. Thank you for attending our presentation.